The Phillies lose in Game 3 of the series against the Cardinals after taking the first two. I'm not going to say I'm pissed off at them. I'm not going to say I'm disgusted in them or anything. We win the series. I just thought that there were opportunities in this game to win it, but we didn't really execute on those situations. Now, we were down early because jerad Eickhoff allowed some home runs, and at the end of the day, he allows 3 home runs and 4 earned runs. This is reality. I know it wasn't the worst performance ever by jerad Eickhoff, and he allowed the Phillies to somewhat be involved in this game, but there's a common theme with this guy. He allows home runs way too often. Another game where he allows 3 dingers. He's getting crushed. He's getting murdered. He's hanging pitches. Is he afraid to use the fastball because it's not overpowering? It seems that way. I don't know what to tell you, but the common theme with jerad Eickhoff is he gets pumped. The ball leaves the ballpark every time he's on the mound. I don't know what to tell you. So, at the end of the day, you got to look big picture. It continues to happen over and over and over and over again. No matter how great the start was, no matter how decent the start was, let's go with that. No matter how decent it was, the long ball is a problem. And I'm not okay with it. Am I being too harsh? I tend to be harsh. I tend to be on the side that's more brutal. But that's reality. I'm sorry. And I know he's a 5th starter, and that's the type of things you get out of a 5th starter. You live with this type of outing with your 5th starter. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's as simple as that. It bothers me. It bothers me that it continues to happen all the time. These hanging pitches. It gets rocked. What do you expect, dude? What do you expect? It's insane. So the opportunities that the Phillies left out there on the field today. Bottom 4th, bases loaded, 1 out. Cesar Hernandez, he knocks in a run, putting the ball down the right side of the infield, and it was a fielder's choice. It knocked 1 run in. At that point, it knocked the lead in half from 2-0 to 2-1. So we got a run on the board, but we could have scored more with that opportunity. Then bottom 6th, same situation. Cesar Hernandez with a rocket, a missile off the bat, but it turned into a double play. So another bases-juiced opportunity that we didn't score enough runs. Well, the first time he scored 1 run, this time he scored 0. So yes, not enough runs. Bottom of the 8th was interesting. We produced. We scored runs. We went on a 0-out rally. We were just rallying and going, and the lineup was producing runs. We scored 2 runs there, and with that being said, with 2 runs, still 0 outs on the board, 1st and 2nd. This is where I thought it got a little, Cesar pops up to third base. Scott Kingery battles back from an 0-2 count. He probably should have struck out on one of those pitches. It was 2-2. There was a corner that was pinned. They called it a ball. 3-2. He ends up striking out on a pitch there down the middle of the plate. JT Realmuto pinch hits, pops up in foul territory to the first baseman. So we had this energy, we had this momentum. It sort of felt like we were going to actually win. It felt like we were going to come back and make a surge and make a push late and somehow squeeze this victory out. And when we had 1st and 2nd 0 outs after already producing a couple runs in that inning, we put together 3 ugly at-bats, in my opinion. Now, I spoke about that pitch on Kingery. I will defend Eickhoff and this pitching staff a little bit as a whole here. We allowed 4 total home runs, just like we hit last night. So it just flipped the switch. But on a couple of these home runs, the pitch prior, no doubt about strike 3. No doubt about it. And I mean, literally, no doubt about it. And then we had to throw another pitch, and it gets rocked out of the ballpark. So I will say that I don't think the umpire was good, and it's ironic that we're talking about this considering my podcast that I put up this morning. Our discussion was, should we go to the electronic strike zone or not? And I said, I wonder if the Phillies get hurt by bad umpiring, would I feel differently? And it's funny, I'm sitting there saying, damn, we just talked about this today. It's insane. For the Cardinals, I thought Hudson had a good day on the mound. He was productive, a lot of ground balls, and he was just solid. Ozuna had some nice hits. Goldschmidt had some nice hits. Backup catcher had some nice hits today. He thrives off the Phillies, that's for sure. And the complete opposite for Gene Segura. He struggles against the Cardinals. Now, he had a hit today, but all around, he does struggle against the Cardinals. Bryce Harper was hot. 3 hits, 2 doubles, a single, an RBI. My man was awesome again today, and he's really starting to heat up. That's why I decided to rock the baby blue here with the Bryce Harper jersey. I figured, he had a nice day today. Why not throw it on? And these throwbacks are absolutely awesome, to be honest with you. No one else on the Phillies got more than 1 hit. Everyone else kind of had their 1-for-3s kind of days, and we were walked 5 times. Now, some of those was Rhys Hoskins and intentionally being walked. I'm not going to say that Rhys is in this insanely brutal slump, but I agree with the post-game show a little bit when they talk about Rhys Hoskins' swing. Something's different. Something's not clicking. There's a little bit of weirdness going on, maybe mechanically, that it's not pretty to look at right now, and Rhys was swinging the bat better earlier on. There's no denying it. And it looks like there's something being tweaked or something being changed right now. And, hopefully he figures it out. Obviously, at this point, there's a lot of mental stuff going on when you go from hitting the ball so well and then you go into a slump. And how do I change it? What do I go back to? What can I change differently? And, listen, that's part of being an MLB player. It's part of going through the mental grind. But you're going to have to find a way. Look at Bryce Harper. He's finding a way. Bryce, statistically, throughout his entire career, he goes through all these ups, he goes through all these downs, and then it ends up averaging out. And right now we're seeing Bryce Harper on somewhat of a tear, if you will. In the month of May, though, when it comes to doubles, it's insanity what this guy is doing. He loves to get his doubles. It's funny. I was talking before the game with one of my buddies, and we mentioned, does Bryce really get singles? Really, does he get singles? Now, he got one today, which ties back around with how ironic today felt after some recent conversations about the Phils. But it doesn't seem like he ever gets these singles. It's about these doubles or these home runs, really, with Bryce. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying. So, with that being said, we do fall, but we win the series. So, you're mad about it, yeah. But at the end of the day, this isn't a game where you had the victory and you blew it in the 9th. This isn't a game where you should have absolutely won. I thought we had a chance to take it. We didn't, but you're not going to win every single baseball game. You win the series. The Cardinals, they're not the greatest squad in the world, but they're not terrible either, and I don't think the pitching helped today. I'm anti-jerad Eickhoff right now. I'm sorry. Whether you think that's harsh or not, whether you think he had a decent outing or not, the theme is the same with this guy. The ball leaves the ballpark way too much when he is on the mound. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's like you see the same thing occurring every time. Well, there's a problem. There's a problem when it keeps happening over and over again. We go to L.A. It's a big test. It's a big test. This is the best team in the NL we're going to. We're going to their stadium. We're going out to LA to do it. They got a hot squad right now. They can really hit the baseball. So we're gonna have to see what this team is really made of. We're still in that deep run that we were talking about, starting back to when we started this road trip off, and we were going to Chicago, and we had Milwaukee, then we come here, and then we have the Dodgers, and we go out west. We're still in the middle of it. So far, not bad. So far, pretty damn good in my opinion. Let's see, arguably against the best team that there is right now, the hottest baseball squad that there is right now. There's no bigger test than this. I know it's late May. I know it's going to be early June at that point, but solid test. We're starting to get into legitimate baseball season. There is still the NBA Finals. There still is the Stanley Cup Finals. But once they're over, sure, you have the NBA draft and other topics around with sports. But we're starting as we enter June here to really get into this thing, to really dive into this thing. Legitimate baseball season where it's not, it's too early. No, we're starting to push into this as we move into June. And it did go like that, seriously, when you think about it. What game are we on right now? Mid-50s? Holy hell, did that fly the hell by. And guess what? I loved every second of it, and I can't wait for the next 100. Let's go. Let's go. So with that being said, I want to hear your thoughts down below on this game, especially Eickhoff, on Bryce Harper's hot streak, if you will, and going into LA. I want to hear your thoughts on it all. I'm super excited to read the comment section. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. The Phillies lose 5-3, but at the end of the day, it's not the worst loss in the world. We can live with it. Had chances, didn't make the most of them. There's a lot other worse ways to lose in this league, and realistically, we've seen them happen. Oh, by the way, how did I almost forget this? J.D. Hammer, another 1-2-3 inning. 5 Ks in his 3 consecutive 1-2-3 innings for his major league debut. I mean, come on. Come on. Well, not for his major league debut, but for his first 3 go. His first 3 go at it. What am I trying to say? His first 3 appearances. Man, I'll tell you what. It's been a long day. His first 3 appearances. 1-2-3 innings, 5 Ks. That's what I tried to say. I don't know what I said. Thank you for watching. See you next time.